Sorry, everybody. I hit the button a little too soon. I only have one more and I really want to eat it. Hi. Has anybody had these? They're from Aldi. Dark chocolate covered coconut almonds. Now, admittedly, the dark chocolate like is very strong in the whole thing. The sound is low. Oh, freaking heck. Sounds good. I'm trying this again. All charged, both sides. Yeah, it's like an almond joy, but like healthier-ish. Yay, Deborah! Yeah, they're so good. And like everybody in my house loves them, which is kind of annoying. I am wearing a mic. It should make it not lower, but it should make it clearer and less echoey. Okay. So much to do today. Okay, very clear. Fabulous. Okay. I am feeling there's just a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. I got to be honest with y'all. I have been I just finished filming a video for the next YouTube video. I just uploaded the current YouTube video and I was talking with my editor and I don't think I blended enough today. I got a little situation here. Anyway, talking with my editor and just feeling very, the YouTube landscape has changed so much in the last 2 years. Not even just the creator space, with AI entering things. Oh, well, Catherine, hi. Wonderful. Love it. Let's start. Well, before I start, moaning and groaning about the state of the world, no, I'm not going to do that. You don't have any supplies. You're wondering what you should get. Okay. My first question with that is always, what's your budget? Now, don't feel like you have to respond. I got to do something about this hair. Don't feel like you have to respond with that. So I'm going to go with like a modest budget. Hello. So one of the palettes that I recommend, and I do make art supplies, but it's not my palette that I recommend to start with, is the Mei Ling. It's like spelled, somebody type it, Meiling, Mei Ling. Isn't it Paul Rubens, same manufacturer? Comes in a little aqua tin. There's also one that comes in pink, but it's just bigger, and you don't need all that. Mailing, there we go. So Catherine, watch the screen. I'm gonna pop this up for you. Okay, that's better. More structured hair for the task at hand. Okay, pretty good budget. Are still say Mailing. Have you ever watercolored before? Catherine, I'm moving on to brushes. I am biased with brushes. I will say that. Hey, slapping paint on paper. Okay. Thrifty says Mailing is made of Rubens technology. Not exactly the same as Paul Rubens, but made in the same factory. Fabulous. And Paul Rubens is a fantastic brand. I have a negative budget, but keep trying anyway. Amen. Pans. Always pans for beginners. Here we go. Love for Mei Lang. Yep. Love for Mei Lang. Mei Lang. Not my Lang. Do Christy's palette. We are adding new colors to my palette today. I just don't recommend my palette because it's smaller and it's not as budget friendly as Mei Lang for beginners. So, hey Thrifty, would you be able to go into my Amazon store, you know, like Chris, your Amazon affiliate, and find the Mei Lang palette and send her a link, or send her your affiliate link. I don't care. Just get her a link. That would be great. Okay. Let me see if she answered. Where'd you go? Never watercolor before. Okay. So I love for beginners, because I designed them for beginners, my brush set. Now currently we're very low on stock on my original brush set. Anyway, I'm just going to grab, I have 2 brush sets, 2 regular brush sets, 1 travel brush set, 1 single travel brush, and soon to be a 3rd full-blown brush set. But the reason I love my brushes for beginners is because they are in synthetic Taklon material. Don't worry about the word Taklon, but synthetic. They don't hold as much water, but they have a bounce. So you don't have to reshape them. Basically, they make you feel like a better painter than you are. They just, the shapes that I've created, and so forth, just do the thing. So there's Donna. Christy's brushes are the best. I get messages all the time. You can read the reviews on Amazon. All of my links for my products are in the description here if you want to check them out. If Thrifty wants to throw up a link. Thrifty, I throw up the Free from Fear brush set because I think Art for Joy's Sake is either out of stock or almost out of stock. There's Nicole. She loves my big dagger. The big dagger, which is in the Free from Fear set, is a cult favorite. So I will recommend my brushes for beginners. And then in terms of paper, I would start with, okay, here's the thing. If you have a decent budget and you want to skip the learning curve that happens with the paper I'm about to recommend, for those that start with less thirsty papers, like many of us do in the beginning, but you have the budget, I would go with Arches cold press. It's not cheap. Or Saunders, what is it? Saunders Waterford, I think is a little more affordable, but still thirsty and lovely like Arches. Because the thing is, if you start with Academy, which is way cheaper than Arches, the Academy isn't as thirsty. And if you go from Academy to Arches, there's a learning curve, which is annoying when you've done the time, put in the time, and you're like, why am I struggling just because I changed my paper? So just trying to give you a little bit of like foresight. Yep, Michael's has sales on Arches. Yep. All right, you're in the right place. We're talking about beginner supplies. Yep, cold press is my favorite for beginners because it just, otherwise you just feel like it's probably not going to be doing what you want watercolor to do. There's smoother papers, but they just don't give that like watercolor vibe. Oh, that's great though. I'm glad they arrived, Claudia. I'm glad they arrived. That sale, that last Palmstreet sale, broke us in terms of shipping and production. 3 weeks to get everything out. It broke us. So I cannot thank you all enough for being patient. We're working on our process. See, when something is growing, it's the growing pains. Now, and not all part of my business is growing right now. So we are really trying to focus on Palmstreet because it's growing. Yes, paint small. Another great tip. And I paint small all the flipping time. So here's a good point. When I started, I almost gave up until I switched to a better paper. So yeah, so definitely put more of your money in the paper. Yep. Paper first, brushes second, paint last. That's why I'm recommending Mei Ling, because usually on Amazon it's under 20 bucks any given day. No worries. Honestly, everything tech has been acting glitchier than normal. I said to somebody today, I am a walking, living, breathing tech problem. Oh, I mean, I love cold press, hot press, pills. Hot press, with how I paint, any hot press, it just pills, and I can't stand it. Yeah, better to get the best that you can afford now and have less frustration. Arches blocks are more expensive than Arches pads. Arches blocks are sealed on all but one edge, part of one edge. The company will tell you that the pads that are like a pad sealed on only one edge are no different and but riddle me why they're less expensive and why they're, yeah. So the Arches pads are great, but they are different than the Arches block. Anybody else feel me on that? I don't care what Arches is, they're just trying to gaslight me. Same as when Arches said that the big single sheets are exactly what they use to make the blocks. Bull pucky. Yeah, they're so different. I don't care what they say. Slap and paint on paper, right? It's ridiculous. Don't lie to me. Don't gaslight me. Yeah. And like with anything these days, I feel like quality, consistency in manufacturing is a tough thing to find. So, true story. Okay, Catherine, was that helpful? Because that was, I mean, you just got a really fast introduction to the chaos that is Christy Rice and how I answer questions, especially during a live, because I've got a lot of input coming in. So if you need any clarification, please don't hesitate to ask. Canson, yeah. I just think the block is thirstier paper. The block is more, to be quite honest, the single big like elephant sheets that you cut down, that is the Arches of my youth. That is the Arches of my youth. It functions the way I remember it functioning when I first used Arches. Now I realize that maybe, you know how when we think about our memories, our nostalgia, and everything was always better. Maybe there's some of that going on, but thirstier, a little thicker, more consistent sizing. And it also, when I was a kid and, teenager, my parents, I was blessed. They bought me the best of the best. And I remember the smell of, because it's a mold made paper and not mold like molded, but it smelled like mold also. It had a distinctive odor that is no longer present, especially in the pads. Blocks, you still get some of it. They probably do size them different because the pads are cheaper. The pads are cheaper. So look at my straw. That looks so weird. Looks like I'm wearing armor. Anyway. And I've heard nothing but good things about this bee watercolor from Walmart, and I have yet to get it. Shame on me. I love Fabriano Artistico, but in the past, I haven't bought it in a while, and it was always like light years more expensive than even Arches. So yeah, this is very true. Although I agree with this statement that I put up on the screen, but I also fully agree with the benefit mentally and just for the sake of momentum to just start with what you have and not wait also. I have to agree. Even though I don't like the company, whoever's producing their cold press, it's good and affordable. Look, Catherine, look at Jerry's Artorama. Jerry's Artorama, like literally. Artorama. Jerry's. Look, no Amazon? Should be on Amazon. Lots of sellers, so just check your prices. Blick. Try Blick. They're always having sales. Utrecht. 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 You're not invisible. No, what's the matter? Did I miss something? There's so many comments coming through. Oh my gosh. So many. I'll be honest. I like Academy better than Bauhung. Catherine, just so you're in the loop, Bauhung is the company that makes Academy. They make their in-house professional arches equivalent called Bauhung, and they also produce Meeden. They're all one company. Okay, so Bauhung is the professional arches equivalent, more affordable, right? Still, Academy is the student grade, which I prefer, and then Meeden is just like Academy. Ooh, you're going to Jerry's. Yeah, Blick. It used to be called Dick Blick, and they rebranded for obvious reasons. My trip, it was wonderful. I did paint in my journal. I'll grab it. Oh, which one? Crud. I think it's this one. And this poor journal, like, I want to finish it so bad, but it, like, this was a cheap Amazon one that I got when I started this journal, and yeah, I wished I hadn't, because like the seams busted. Like, can you see it? Like, yeah, but I'll show you real quick. This is my Disney journal. Friends, I am a watercolor mixed media artist, but in the last year I got into sketchbooks, which led me into journaling, kind of like a hybrid junk watercolor journaling, light on the junk, heavy on the watercolor. So this is a sketchbook I take anytime I go to Disney. And so this is what I did this time around. I went for Festival of the Arts, super fun. And then like I skip pages, so I have place for just general ephemera. I'm very sloppy with these journals, and I love it. I feel it feels good for me to be sloppy in places like this. I just do these like crazy hybrid scapes of my day with all sorts of notes and things. Oh my gosh, Cleo, I think is her name, Pinocchio, the fish in Pinocchio, had so much fun. Disney World, oh nice. Yay, Denise, you're gonna have so much fun. Okay, and then some more ephemera, and then my friend and I were having so much fun in Magic Kingdom. We decided to start remapping the Magic Kingdom and renaming all of the rides. We didn't get too far, but we also didn't do too shabby. So I'll just share a few with you. My Disney peeps will get it. So this is Cindy's castle, or excuse me, Cindy's house. This is the Spookatary instead of the cemetery, also known as the Wed Ender. Yeah, Haunted Mansion. Then we have Hi Ho Chu, which is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Then we have the Skelephant ride, which is, you guessed it, Dumbo. The People Napper instead of the People Mover, if you know, you know. The Vertimugs, you know, the teacups, Vertigo mugs. Okay. And then my favorite, because this was mine, and I'm not good with like riddles and puns, the Punny Boat. Yeah, Jungle Cruise. And then Tiana's Bayou Adventure was the Gumdrop, because people keep sticking their gum right before the big drop. And then Dirty Foot which is Pirates of the Caribbean. Tiny Globe, Small World. And then last but certainly not least is Break Your Back Mountain, also known as Space Mountain. Yeah. Yes, Nicole is just back from Sedona. Love that. Love that. And favorite for my budget is the Academy Cold Press. Yes, a paper for granulating watercolor paints. Claudia, rough texture, anything rough texture, anything cotton rag would be fabulous for, would be ideal for granulating. This is Blue Pine Arts cotton rag, fantastic for granulating. I don't have any granulating on there. Academy has a rough version of their paper. Yep. Let me see if I missed any questions, and then we'll roll right into it. Talk about the Art Bible. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Michelle. Let me get one somewhere in this mess. Okay, there they are. All right, so here's the Art Bible Journal. We did just close our list for our launch team. We got what we needed, and if you're still interested in being part of our launch team, you can go ahead and email Kristen, but you would be on a standby list, which basically means if someone else cannot fulfill their duties, you would be on kind of a call list for that. So it comes in a really sweet box, very good quality. And then this paper is cellulose paper on purpose because I don't want anybody worrying about, oh my gosh, thanks, Catherine. I'm going to waste the quote unquote good paper. Although let me tell you what, this paper is so good that we are making watercolor blocks out of it for cheap options out there for good cheapness. Okay, so hardbound, lay flat, rose gold detailing, and then welcome letter from me, how to use this before we dive in, kind of a commitment to how we're going to approach using this journal. There are tons of QR codes in here for bonus content. This is a Release Your Frustrations page. And there's a video where I show you how to think about doing this page. This is a watercolor sketchbook. There are 25 sheets of watercolor paper in here. However, it is also a revival, an art Bible journal meant to revive your watercolor practice. It's a place where you come when your quote unquote real project is feeling like a complete jerk, but you don't want to quit. All right. So with that said, it has projects throughout that are mini projects where I lay out exactly how to do them, right? Inspirational content, playlists that I've curated from existing content, but there's only 2 of those. The rest of the content that you access by QR code is brand new, made just for this book. So more of the projects, more of the inspiration, more of the projects, bonus content, and you just go on and on and on with that kind of format. And this is self-published, essentially. It's not really classified as a book on Amazon, but it is self-published. I did not do this with my my publisher. And then you have a whole section back here for when you absolutely have no idea what to do, and I give you artwork that's started by me that you can doodle on top of, collage on top of, tear up, rip up, whatever you want to do, mixed media. This is one of the pages I did for a video for exclusive to this book. And then in the back, you have one more prompt with a QR code. And then you have a little gusseted pocket to hold all your things. And under the pocket, or behind all that, is a little more inspiration. So that is the Art Bible Journal. We soft launched it around holiday, and then we are doing the full launch, finishing up on Amazon next week. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Thank you, Virginia. Yay. Oh, awesome, Nicole. Thank you. That is the best news I've heard all day. All right, friends, we need to get into this today because we got some work to do. So let me show you what we're doing. So if you're new here, I design art supplies. I have, I think now 12 different products out in the marketplace that I've designed from the ground up. One of which is my Art for Joy's Sake palette. It has become a fan favorite, and for a long time, folks have been asking for more colors. And it is not for the faint of heart in terms of financial investment. So we have come up with a really fun way to add more colors, but without making me lose my mind. So we are doing a booster set of 5 colors. Yes. Yes. So we are doing a booster set, which could clearly fit right in the middle here of the palette, or you can reorganize it into one of my empty palettes. You know, there's the 24 pan empty palette, so on and so forth. But I wanted this time around to bring you all into the decision-making process of what those 5 colors will be. I did some polls, and many of you replied and gave me some ideas. So I'll talk about what some of the fan favorites are for just general color families, and we'll get into that. Michelle asked, can you talk about the classes that I'm on the wait list for? Yes, yes. So Michelle is asking about my intensive course. It's called Floral Foundations, a Journey in Watercolor Land, something like that. I forget. So it was supposed to launch on Wednesday. It did launch yesterday by mistake. I am, full disclosure, I am working with a company to get this thing off the ground. So I don't have 100% full control. And when it launched, it was not on my watch. I was none too happy. They still wanted to keep going with the launch, but I said, nope, we need to reset, rethink, revisit. And so make sure everything's perfect, because when they mistakenly launched it, they launched it with only 2 of the lessons out of 40 plus uploaded. I was not happy. I said, y'all need to understand my community comes first. And this is not how I do things. So, anyway, so yeah, so it's launching next Wednesday. You'll continue to see, most likely you'll continue to see ads asking you to get on the wait list, and then probably come, overnight from Tuesday to Wednesday of next week, you'll see ads or get an email if you're on the wait list to say, hey, it's time to decide if you'd like to opt in. Yes, there was a preview lesson on Patreon. Thanks, Deborah. Yes, I did a preview lesson on Patreon. So my Patreon friends could really get a feeling for what it's all about. But it is an intensive. It is not just one lesson. There are 10 modules. There are over 40 lessons. Now, some of them are short, but a lot of them are at least 8 minutes long. And there's quite a few of them that are over 30 and 40 minutes long. So it's a course. It's a course. It's a thing. And it is it's floral based once we get to the projects in the course, but we do everything from basic techniques, brush stroke, brush handling, water control, easy, simple, fun color theory, composition. We go through it all in the context of floral. There are multiple larger projects that we go through, one main big project. We do quick win projects, and of course we do exercises. I can promise you, it is my belief that even if you've been an avid follower of mine for all the time, the whole way through, You're still going to get a lot out of this course. It's designed for beginners and returners. And as I teach the course, I speak to both of you. I speak to the beginners and I speak to the returning painters. So hopefully that helps. The link is in the description here if you would like to sign up for the wait list. You will get a discount, and that will be offered once the course goes live. Only folks who are on the wait list get the discount. So, yay. No worries, Thrifty. It's all good. Hello. And I don't even care. You don't have to post my affiliate link. Just post whatever you can find. I just want to get, I just want to get it going. So today, friends, we are going to work through some of the process of building these next 5 colors. And so we see the colors we have here. I'm going to clean off this palette a bit. Oh my word, this spray bottle does not want to stay in the land of the living. All right, let's do this thing. Do we have any new friends here that we haven't mentioned? I'd love to say welcome officially. Just cleaning off. I'm good because I want to swatch this just to get a baseline of where we're at. My palette is custom blends. They're all convenience colors, no single pigments here, which I know is kind of controversial, so I've learned in the industry. But I'm proud of what we've created. I know it mixes well and we have fun with it. And so we're going to keep going with that ethos as we build the booster set. All right. And then my manufacturer gives me these baseline colors to work with that I can kind of mix and play with. And they're all numbered, of course. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I have to clean my water. We got to go take a little tour into the kitchen. I got to get clean water. Y'all can hear me literally rinsing out my water container in my sink. Isaac, I'm mic'd up for YouTube. Don't say anything silly, okay? Don't forget to feed Wasabi. I'm back. My son is homesick today. Well, he's home all the time. He's cyber, but my son is sick today, so not doing school. Everybody, I'm the last man standing in this house. Oh, sorry about the noise, y'all. Welcome new friends. Irie B, welcome Donna. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch the existing colors in the Art for Joy's Sake palette. I just want to get them down. I'm not being fancy about it. Oh, hair on my brush. Awesome. Oh, hair in my swatch. That's great. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for that, Frida. Seriously. And rewind, because that just annoyed me. All right. If you're just hopping in, friends, we are workshopping a new set of 5 colors to add to the Art for Joy's Sake palette. So I took a poll. I got a lot of love for like a Payne's Gray, a sepia, a a lot of love for more fluorescence, but I am struggling with that one because I can't quite, the yellow formula I was very happy with, but like the green, the pink, not as happy with. I cannot get the vibrancy I need. And that is really not, it's just, you know, it's a roadblock because I won't just put something out there just because it's fluorescent. I need it to be creamy. I need it to be pigmented. Yeah. So aren't these lovely? I just love, I don't get bored of these colors. I paint with them so often still. Now I'm fully biased on my own brushes. They're all I paint with, but I do paint with other palettes. All right, here comes the peach. I asked folks if they wanted more opaque, less opaque. That was kind of an even Steven. I'm getting the vibe that people just really like the general personality of this palette, but just want more color options. They like the opacity, you know, the mix of opacities. They really like that there's some pastels. They really like that there are some fluorescence and so on and so forth. So yeah, it was interesting to see the polls come through because it just showed off the love for the existing palette. All right, the neon is epic for highlight. It is epic. Yes, a non-fluorescent yellow for mixing. I agree, Susan. I agree. Donna is asking, what should a beginner get in supplies? Does anybody want to share with Donna what I shared with, or what I shared earlier? That would be awesome if you could help her out in the comments. All right, so this is the existing Art for Joy's Sake palette. I have my eye on a particular yellow, but it needs a blend. I also have my eye on an orange, which I think we desperately, desperately need. Yeah. All right. All right, you go over here, first of all. So I have my eye on number 8, but it needs a mix. So 8. It's like a cad medium or something, but oh, isn't that good? And then this is number 2. I'm so glad someone said yellow for mixing because I feel exactly the same. All right, so I'm kind of thinking somewhere right smack dabbers in the middle of these two. Isn't that pretty? What do we think? And then, now, this is where it gets fun because it's not like perfect rocket science, like exact mixes here, but then we can get different levels of like more of a true orange, right? Thank you. Yes, I know. I love the yellow. I'm kind of obsessed. I want to get a little more into here of each of these. So basically what I'll do is I'll go to my manufacturer. I'll be like, okay, well, we chose 8 and 2, basically like equal amounts. but then here's kind of the color we want it to look like when they're mixed, and they'll work from that. But yeah, isn't that gorgy? Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people added Payne's Gray. Good. Yes. So that was one of my ideas. So I'm going to put that off to the side just so it doesn't get dirtied up. Now, one of the colors I was very, 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 very on the fence about started with this one last time. Let me pull it out. I don't even know what you call it. It's number 31. It almost made the cut instead of that golden green. But this one is it's not one that you could easily mix from the existing palette. I'm going to verify that but it's not one you could easily mix. The other thing I like about this one is it's a nice kind of pastel family option to go with the peach and the pink, but still shears out really nicely. Wouldn't you agree? Now in indigo, you'll have to let me know what you think about indigo. Let's just, I want to put that to the side, but wait, 31. This is 31. I kind of feel like you can make an indigo with what we already have, but you tell me what you think. All right, the blue. And then my super, super, super warm brown. What do we think? Add a little red, a little purple. I get some of the most delicious, darker, velvety colors out of the Art for Joy's Sake palette. So I don't feel the need for an indigo as much as some of y'all are, but I would love to hear your thoughts. And also, right, and that's also kind of where I'm at with Payne's. Do you know what I mean? Almost black indigo, but I tend toward dark earthy colors, yeah. This is definitely like leaning more green. Gosh, it's almost granulate. My brown granulates a bit. It definitely does. So this is why I'm like shying away from a Payne's. I don't know. Or an indigo. Yeah, exactly, JC. Rose 33. I think the blue in your set is already a great mixer. You can get so many other colors using it. Yes, because it's very clean. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll just put a pin in that. All right, so coming back to this bad boy, how do we feel about this? I want to see if I can get something like that, because I honestly can't remember, with the existing palette. I don't know why I have the palette on that side of me, but whatever. Yeah, and it's not really close. It doesn't have the brightness, right? Yeah, the green gold is awesome. How does the similar one work with your existing colors? The similar, which one, Claudia? I know. I love the soft turquoise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the 31. This is what you can mix from like my emerald and my ivory in the existing palette. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do K1, K2, K3, because you guys know I can never remember the names of my vanity colors. K5, K6, K7, K8, K9, K10, K11. I know I'm off camera. K12. All right, so this is K2 plus K6. Yeah. I could call the turquoise South Beach. That's great. I never remember that I called it South Beach, but you know. Okay, so I'm really loving 31. I want to show you some others that we can work from that were in the playing field last time as well. But again, and I have a feeling this could be mixed with this and this, but we shall see. So that will probably be our deciding factor. Gorgeous though, right? Like gorgeous. 41. But let's see if we can mix 41 with 31 and K12. Are we having fun? Is this fun? I hope so. I feel like it's fun. Okay. I think by Job, I think that's making things look really positive for, look at, so this is 41, but this is mixing K12 and 31. So I think that makes a strong case for 31 being in the mix. What do we think? You can't see? What's happening? What did I do? Am I back on screen now? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 31. 31 has to be in it, I think. All right, there you go, 31. All right, you can go back in your house. Now. And then definitely these two mixed together. The yellow and then like the medium yellow. What other ideas are we having here, friends? Because the sky is our limit. The sky is our limit. Talk to me. So this one is 31 plus K12. I'm just actually going to put her like right in there. I'm just going to stick her right in there. See? Look how cute she looks in there. Look how cute. All right. What? I wouldn't be mad about 31. What else? talk about some of these because these are harder to mix. This one is oh good Lord, is it 16 or is it 91? I think it's 91. I got so many papers going, but this is how it goes. I just did this all alone last time. All alone. Oh, yeah. This formulation, y'all, is fire. I'm so proud of this formulation. Okay. Can we talk about that color? Now, can we mix that color? Let's try. Let's try K4 with K10. Not so much. And I fear, I mean, I'm going to put in a little bit of yeah, maybe. No, it's like chalky when I put that in. Right? It's just not clean enough. You see? So 91 or wait. Shoot, actually I think it's 16. Thrifty, you're so funny. Something opera rosy, like a salmon. Yeah, it's not as corally. Yeah, exactly. 16, and then this is K10, K3, and K4. Thrifty, and we're only doing 5 colors though. Like we're just doing a booster. We're just doing a booster. Now I want to see something. I want to mix. I just want to see for giggles. I love this so much. Okay, that's not too much of a surprise. But look at that, what we can get with the fluorescent in the mix. Isn't that great? All right, that is 16 plus K1. K1. Oh, it is so dark and dreary out today, y'all. 31 and 16. Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be like the most glorious wisteria. I feel like 16 is way more pigmented, so we got to get more 31 in there. But look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And it shears out. I know, right? I know. Yeah, right? Good suggestion. So this is 31 and 16! Exclamation point 3 times. That's gorgeous. Okay. 16's going in for now. I may make a tweak. Oh, you know, I want to look at one thing with 16. Thank heavens for 5S paper being cheap. Can I get a amen? It's just so convenient though. 16. And a little bit of this. Actually, 9. Too much 9. That. But we can get that. Like, you could just mix 16 with the new yellow and you're going to get that. You know what I mean? So that was 16 with 9. Let me shear it out. I don't know. 9 just felt kind of mysterious to me in that. Gosh, that's good. Woo! I know. They mix so lovely. Yeah, so actually, Nicole, what I want to do now is rethink, just to be safe, the yellow situation. Because, but let me label this first. All right. 16 and I think it was 9. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now I want to do another yellow sheet because nine is fire. I'm basically trying to get an even mix between the three. And then let's bring her down. Oh, I don't know. I have to show you the mix that it was just 8 and 2. I think this has got more going on. I mean, it does have more going on, but like, look at. I think this is our yellow. Sorry, y'all. Flying. We're just falling off the page here. I think this is our yellow. I know. The greens are going to explode. Our green life is going to get seriously insane. Yeah. I think this is our yellow because then we can do this with the coral. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's just stack these boo-boos right here. And what do we got? 8, 2, 9. 8, 2, 9 is a blend. And it's, you know, Christy Science even. 8 plus 2 plus 9. Great. Oh, this is fun. Y'all, like, there is a chance I will be able to go to my manufacturer, like, before the end of the week. Well, yeah, before the end of the week. And be like, okay, make my prototypes. Here are my mixes. And just for funsies, let me show you how they do them. So in my first palette, these two colors, the pink and the ivory, were very difficult to make. And they would send me these blocks of the main color, like the mixing elements. And then I would like slice them off and kind of weigh them and then blend them with water together to make one color and then measure and send them the measurements so that they could then send me a new one. But see how this says first time? This was the first time they tried it. And then I made changes. And then they would send me, this is the second. This is the second time. Like, it's technical, but it's like not technical. It's so funny how we do this. But it is so custom. And yeah, very, very custom formulas here, y'all. Very custom. Can we just, wait, is that looks like it's granulating. K2 and K6. It's probably the K2. It's probably the ivory, but look at that. And that's already in the palette. Okay. Anywho, fun. All right. So we have 3 colors kind of decided. We have 3 colors kind of decided. Yeah, I know, Kaylin, right? It is so much freaking fun. Yeah. All right. So I want to see what this is. This is number 45. I don't know. Oh my word. Such prettiness happening. Where's my brush? Okay. It's way too similar. What about the blues? We need another blue, y'all, don't we? We need another really well thought out blue. Let me just get some of these down for you as a starting point. Definitely not that last one, I don't think, as a mixing point. Why did I do that? I just mixed them all together because I'm a ding dong. Why did I do that? Way too much white. Although that one's granulating. Or separating at least. I don't know. I think it's granulating more than it's separating. Robin's egg, first blue. Yeah, I'm feeling like that first blue because I know we can't. If we mix K12 and K2, it's a green. So, let me just get the numbers on here for y'all. $28. 27, 20, I'm assuming 26, and 25. My hands are a mess. What are we thinking, y'all? Look at that. Whoop. Look at that. I know, it's granulating. Yeah, it is granulating. Because at first I was like, is it chalky? What's happening? And I'm like, wait a minute, it's granulating. There's your indigo, y'all. I'm not mad at it because we can't get that with what we have. We can get some really cool soupy darks. The dark one? Yeah. Right? That one is 30. think we're going to be able to get something like that with 31. Something like that with 31, don't you? That's a lot going on that page, but Thrifty, I want to mess around with 28 more because I dismissed it almost immediately, but then I very quickly was like, wait a minute, when I added more water to it. It's like, wait a hot minute. And there's no mix in that. Like, not on your life. Where is my little baby spray bottle? Where are you? Oh, that's annoying. Interesting, Thrifty. Interesting. And I'll tell you what, for as much as I was hooting and hollering about Payne's Gray and Indigo, there's no mix in this either. And this one's a little more staining. You see that? A little more resistant to Can I swatch my palette swatch page with, oh, switch with, hold on. Rosa Gallery, yeah, butter yellow teal, yeah. I know, it's giving ultramarine. Distilled instead of tap. Interesting, I've never used it, but now I kind of want to. I've never, can you see that now? And this is 30. And y'all, when these get chosen, I do, I'll be doing different swatching boards. I'll be doing mixing charts, swatching boards. Well, I do them big because I can't deal with small. So I don't know. It is, dang, it is granulating, y'all. I gotta remind myself of the behind the scenes on this color, the pigments in it. That is fine. And look how I tried to dismiss that so quickly. Gosh, could it be that we'd be adding 2 blues? Could it be? What, do we think that's weird? The light green. Oh, these down here? Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a 6th color. I don't know how I get those out of my head. 32. Wow. That almost goes yellow. I don't think we need that because we can make that. Yeah, we could definitely make that. Like if we, but I like it. It just looks so different on the page compared to in the pan. That's pretty flippin' wild. And then a little bit of this. Again, not super exact science, that's for sure. And then a touch of K6. Yeah, it's too close for comfort, honestly. But yeah. I know. K11 for a mystical effect. Yeah. Oof. Okay. I want to see here. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. So that is 30 plus K11. And then this is 28 plus K11. My gosh, friends, if you're just walking in, somebody in the comments will explain it to y'all. Look at that. Heck to the yeah. And that is that's impossible to mix with what we have now. Yeah, holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. Y'all, I don't know. I think we need to mix. I think we need to pick 4 or 5. I think 6 would fit in here. Wouldn't 6? No, 6 won't fit in the channel. Or would they? No. Do we care? Do we? Oh, no! All right, we have to mix a new, because these are going to be, I'm going to be showing these to my manufacturer, so they got to be good. I'm going to mix a new one of 8, 2, and 9. Do we care? I know, the purples are insane. Y'all, do we care? Do we care if the booster set doesn't fit in the existing Art for Joy's Sake palette? Because if we went to 6 colors, it wouldn't fit. You'd have to put it in a different palette. Like, you'd have to like put it in all different palette. How do we feel? How does that make us feel? Is that annoying? Because I feel like I want to go to 6. But I'm not going to be selling it with another palette. Like, I can't make that investment right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, with another actual tin. How do we feel? Or should we just stick with 5? Maybe we should just stick with 5. Sorry, I know I went off the page. 8 plus 2 plus 9. All right. Yeah, take the clip thing out. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Hold on. Come on, boo-boos. Slide down. Oh, heck to the yeah. Look at that. All right. Nope. It'll fit. Holy crap. So does that mean we pick 7? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could pick 7. Now, granted, these 3 yellows are going to make one blend. So we could pick 7. How do we feel about that? Yeah, 7. Go for 7. Go big or go home. All right, so those are 3 of them. And then we have 16. I need to see them. You know what I mean? Like I need to just see them by themselves. This is low tech here, y'all, but this is how I do it. This is how we do. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. This is how we do it. It's Friday night. Okay. So there is so far. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? Am I missing something? No, I think we have to pick 2 more, right? I think we have to pick 2 more. Orange transparent. Okay, that's very interesting. All right. We're getting there. Y'all are so helpful. I wish I had you around the first time. The first time was even harder because it was fraught with self-consciousness and all the things. So let's start here. This one is number 10. But I just kind of dig that. Green. Another green we need? All right, hold on. I'm going to put her up there. Do we need another green? All right, let's look at our greens, though, because right now this is what we're dealing with. 4 greens, plus a whole lot of things to mix different greens. So do we really need a green? But we will find out. This is how we do these. Bitty 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 bum bum. Bitty bitty bum bum. Bitty 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 bitty. All right, we have, what is this? We don't need that. I can already tell. Can't mix that. That is nice and sheer. Ow. Can we mix that though? Hold the phone. Yes, we can. Pretty much, don't you think? Yeah. Too close. Too close for comfort. Look, it's getting so shadowy in here, friends. I'm sorry. It's getting dark and late. Well, oh, that's hard. Let me put some lights on. What do we think? Yeah, that really isn't, that isn't a match. I'm kind of mixing it from what this mix will eventually be, and that's not a match. And there's white in these, no, there's white in this one. Pretty sure there's white in this one, and that is making it not transparent. I don't know, that might be a contender. So 35, let me just make sure that's 35. Yeah, 35. Let me see how it shears. 35, baby. I think 35 is a contender. like big time. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so just I'm just flying through these, not to be sloppy, but just to wrap my brain around it. So what would be? We have one more slot. Where should our heads be at, y'all? Where should our heads be at? I love the orange too. I think we've got everything we need for purples and Payne's Gray right now because we've got these, which are helping us make, and we've got the existing kind of royal-ish purple, but we can make these because of these. We can make this because of these. Like we got some serious wisteria action going up on in here. And y'all, this is definitely giving French ultramarine. I gotta get, and I didn't have any of the pigment profiles here. I just wanted to go based on my eyeballs because I am not a pigment nerd to start. I'm a pigment nerd when I have to be. Does that make sense? Green and K6, 35 and K6. 35 and K6. K6. Y'all. And I'm just doing like kind of equal to my eyeball mixes. Every time I do a mix here, I'm doing like 50-50 of each color, you know, to the best of my eyeballing of it. What is this granulating? Hold the hot phone. What's granulating? Dude, that is granulating so good. Okay, 35 is, I'm just calling it now. 35 is happening because that emerald in my set never granulated like that. Okay, there you go in the keeper pile, you little bugaboo. Oh, this is good stuff, y'all. This is good. Isn't she lovely? Could have taken bets on if that song was going to come out my mouth. All right, this was 35 in K6, and that is a revelation. Isn't she wonderful? Na, 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 na. I don't know the words. Nice. 35 and 28. Ooh, okay. Getting jiggy with it here. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ow. Oh, y'all, I can't get this here quick enough. Can't get this here quick enough. Sang my new song at church this Sunday. Oh, that went moody. But I'm not sad about it. But boy, now, because these are both granulating. These are both granulators. So can we just have a moment of silence for what could just be about to be? What? Yeah. Look at that. Holy crappers. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still need our 7th, if we do a 7th. So, wait, no, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're good. We have our 7. Hold on. Let's show you it all. My word. 8, 9, 10. There we go. Plus, you know, the OGs. We got the OGs up in here. Wow, we went long today. Well, I should rephrase. We didn't go long. We went in a different time area because it's dark out and it's raining, and so yeah. Look at that. The muddy color. So what we've decided, actually, we are going to be relaunching. I didn't even mention this. We're going to be relaunching our Wonder-Filled handmade palette, where muddy originally happened. And that's going to be relaunching for holiday. So that's our handmade paint collection that some of you might not even have known that we did. But yeah. So I purposely am staying away from muddy here because the original muddy, the original formulation that we developed with, you know, choosing pigments and hand molding them ourselves is how we're going to launch muddy. Right? So friends, now what I'll do, and can we just like have a moment for how cute just it looks in the palette, even though it's a hot mess? But like, darling. Oh, okay. So Kristen, years ago, we developed a handmade, hand mold watercolor collection called Wonder-Filled. And it was a collection of, I think, was it 12 colors? Can't remember. One of the colors that we came up with was a many pigment formulation that was called Muddy. And it was supposed to replicate, because I don't use a lot of black, it was supposed to replicate like the goodness that happens in a really well-loved used palette in the crevices, that just like muddy but like luminous somehow still color. Yeah. So we're bringing the hand mold watercolors back this year. It'll be super limited quantities because they take forever to mull and cure and layer and cure and layer and all the things. But yeah, we're really excited. Kristen loves mulling paint. She's very excited. Yeah, I think I have it around here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, let me see. Yeah, here she is. Oh no, can I get this open? This was her. This is the original packaging. Wonder-Filled. I kind of vaguely remember that this got stuck closed and I couldn't get it open. Hence, you know, being stuck. Here's Muddy. I have them everywhere. I put these in these cute little ceramic pans, but there's Muddy. Let's see how it does after just lying about for goodness knows how many years. So yeah. That, let's see. There's Muddy. I'll hold it up because the light is just crud. This is one of the original Muddies. Very pigmented, which I love, of course. And then it is granulating slightly. But that's Muddy. She's like your perfect non-black. I do love her. Look, she's like She's like a moody, super, super moody purple. But look, she separates and granulates. And then you get like a pink going. Yeah, that's muddy. So glad you asked. I haven't painted with muddy in years. But you can certainly make some kind of muddy from what we got going on here, friends. But oh my gosh. Yeah. Random gray some company does to clean the mixing vats every year. Honestly, it's meant to just be a more exciting alternative to black. Yeah. Yeah. And you can start to see the separation even more now. Yeah. Yep. Does some company actually do something called random gray? What is it? Schminke came out with a similar concept. Not sure if it's available in the US. What is it? Schminke did like a random gray? Well, shoot, I did that like almost 10 years ago. I don't usually take pre-orders. I could certainly think about it. Single random gray. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. I mean, it's not groundbreaking of an idea for certain. So it's not, okay, it's an awesome idea, but there's so many ways to approach it. I don't claim to have any claim on that idea. So that's what I was trying to say. Not what came out my mouth. I'll think about a pre-order because I was going to order super limited quantities, but if I got a scent, from batch to batch, yeah, that's cool. I actually like that it varies. That could create a really cool like collector type of situation. I think that's really cool, actually. That's innovative. So I could think about a pre-order, but we've never done pre-orders. So let me think. Let me think on that. Let me think. Yeah. All right, friends. I'm going to go take some photos, get some stuff up on Instagram so you can see it. Actually, I'm probably going to do it tomorrow when I have better light because the light is absolute garbage right now. And these look so boring and awful right now. So I want to do it in good, sparkly, shimmery light. But thank you so much for being here with me and for helping with this process. It felt so much more joyful than when I did it by myself the first time around. Yeah. So we picked out 7 today. It was originally going to be 5. We picked out 7. I got to go crunch the numbers and see what my manufacturer can do for me in terms of like, you know, if I do 7, not 5, like, can you throw in a cute tin or something? So thank you. Stay tuned. And yeah, I will. Friends, I should say, I am thinking of taking my lives down to every other week. So I'm still working on that. I have a lot of YouTube video ideas that I think are important and need to be in the world, and I need some time to do them. How do we feel about that? Oh, that's awesome, Andrea. How do we feel it? Like more uploaded videos, less lives for a moment, for a time. Not to mention all of April, I'm going to be traveling. So, yeah, so I'm thinking about shifting a little to give myself some time to do a little bit deeper work on some YouTube videos that I'm excited about. Yeah. So please watch the current YouTube video. I am trying to work on different formats that help different styles of learners. So, 1040 in Norway. Thanks for hanging with me. So go watch the most recent upload. I sketch and then paint a really cute elephant. So I'd love for you to work on that with me. And then we do a split screen with all sorts of information popping up that you can read. Whatever keeps me passionate. Well, thank you. Yeah, they're fun. Both of them are fun. All right, friends, thank you so much. This was a blast. Have a wonderful what's left of your day, and I will see you soon. Happy painting.